Good morning, VP Sen Kiko and Senator Frank Mara po from Rappler. VP, very interesting po yung inyong Senate slate because, in a way, former enemies are now allies. Okay, so what sort of, we can see here that, former Jezomar Binay, who, has not been exactly friends with the LP in the pre-Duterte era, is now in the same slate as former Senator Antonio Trillanes, who did so much to make sure a Binay presidency would happen. And then, of course, Senator Laila de Lima, always been an LP stalwart. And you have Dick Gordon, who has been, criticized of having enabled all the attacks. Of course, he has changed his tune since then. So, what sort of message about, being a unifying figure and being an inclusive slate are you trying to portray in this Senate slate? And how are you able to pull that off to really get all these people together? Kasi very unprecedented siya, VP. And maybe Senator Dillon can also answer later dahil...
Malaki yung tulong sa amin ni Senator Dula.
Yes po.
Actually, Mara, this is just consistent with what we have been pushing for a very long time already. Even during the time that I wasn't a candidate yet, and wasn't planning to run yet for the presidency. Kabahagi na ito ng ating pinaghihirapan to unify as many people as possible coming from diverse backgrounds. Hindi lang sa politika, pero paminsan kahit sa paniniwala. Yung pinaka-panaginip talaga namin, and that's the reason why I run as an independent. Yung panaginip talaga natin, mailagay sa isang samahan. Yung mga handang makiisa. Actually, yung mga pinili natin na guest candidates, they were among the very first who responded to our call for unity. Na kahit maraming mga pinagdaanan sa ating kasaysayan na hindi pagkakaisa, hindi ko naman sila nire-regard ever na kaaway eh. Pero may mga hindi pagkakasundo sa mga daang tinahak before. Yung kahandaang makipagkaisa, malaking bagay na yon. Ang sinishare namin ngayon, yung aspirations para sa bansa natin. Nung kinausap natin sila, yung commitment na makinig, yung commitment na mag-share ng isang lamesa para pag-usapan kung paano magpanday ng mas magandang bukas para sa bansa natin nandyan. And yun naman yung pinakamahalaga. And yung pinakamahalaga, lahat natin diniscuss. Lahat natin diniscuss, lalo na dun sa mga naunang 5. Actually, maraming nominees. Maraming nominees to be in the slate. It wasn't difficult. In fact, kung napapansin nyo, yung number 12, wala pa. Yung number 12, yung gusto sana namin, who will best represent the marginalized sectors. We have a number of nominees already. Pero gusto kasi namin, hindi ito decision ko lang. Kasi marami nagsasabi kung anong desisyon mo, yan naman yung susundin ng lahat. Pero hindi ganun yung leadership na pinapaniwalaan natin. Gusto nating bigyan ng mas maraming boses yung mas maraming tao. And nirarun by natin ito sa mga groups na nakikiisa sa atin. So, hindi naging madali yung pagpasok, pag-aya ng lahat. And nagpapasalamat ako kay Senator Frank for helping us, not just inviting people to join us, but also in vetting kung sino ba yung pinakamagandang mix dun sa grupong yon.
Yeah. Of course, I'll say amen to what my president shall, to what our next president said. But anyway, it was not an easy process to assemble all of these people with diverse backgrounds and political leanings. Recall that it took a little time for Vice President Leni to decide. There was a lot of discernment, there was a lot of discussion, and many of these people, since they were not certain, and even Vice President Leni was not certain that she was going to run, sought out other alliances in the meantime. But when Vice President Leni declared that she is running for president, it was easy for us to get them back and support the candidacy of President Leni because they realized that Leni is the Vice President Leni. It is the only person who can lead us in the next 6 years and get us out of this quagmire. And we are confident that with these 11 people that Vice President Leni has named, when they get elected to the Senate, they will follow the same principles that Vice President Leni is espousing today. Thank you very much.
VP Leni, this has to be asked, I think, simula pa lang. You know, there are people in the slate that have faced corruption allegations in the past, even heating allegations in the election. So, paano po natin sasagutin yun that they are included in your slate? And yesterday, you said if you become president, you're going to make sure that systems are going to be in place to force public servants not to be corrupt.
Alam mo, iba-iba yung kasaysayan. Pag tiningnan natin yung 11 na nasa slate na ngayon, iba-iba yung pinagdaanan, iba-iba yung kasaysayan. Pero yung pinakamahalaga, nung nakiusap tayo na magkaisa, yung kahandaan na isang tabi. Yung kahandaan na isang tabi, yung mga dating pinagdaanan na paniniwala nandun. At yung paniniwala, nagko-commit sa ating aspiration na linisin natin yung bureaucracy. Nagko-commit sa ating aspiration na hintuin na yung bulok na klase ng politika, na marami tayong kailangan asikasuhin as far as governance is concerned. Ako naniniwala ako na wala namang perpekto sa amin, kahit ako. Walang perpekto sa amin, pero yung pinakamahalaga, yung commitment, saka yung readiness na umupo sa isang lamesa at pakinggan yung iba't ibang mga paniniwala ng mga kasama at magpanday ng isang hindi lang plano, pero pati yung agreement to operationalize yung ating aspirations. Sila yung nagpakita sa atin ng ganong kahandaan. Yung pagpili ng members ng kasali sa Senate slate ay hindi sa akin ang galing lang. They were nominated by many different groups of people, and the reason why hindi namin ito na-announce nung Friday, kasi tinuloy-tuloy namin yung proseso sa pakikinig. Tinuloy namin yung proseso sa pakikinig. Siyempre, pag may inonominate na isa, pwedeng may concerns yung iba, at yun ay plinansya namin lahat.
Two more questions still related to the Senate slate. Ma'am,
May I just
go ahead.
with
Go
the
ahead, sir.
permission
Yes
of
po.
our-
Yes.
Just to point out precisely, sorry, ang ating kalaban ay COVID, hindi ang isa't isa. Kaya mas mahalaga yung pangunahing layuning magkaroon ng pagkakaisa sa hanay natin para mas malakas tayo, para maharap natin ng maayos yung pagsugpo sa COVID, manumbalik ang normal na buhay ng bawat Pilipino, magkaroon ng hanap buhay, pagkakakitaan. So uulitin natin, oo, meron kaming mga diferensya, oo, meron kaming nakaraang pakikipagtunggali. Pero sabi ko nga, unless matuto tayo, democracy, sabi nga nila, is learning to work with people you dislike up to a certain extent. But what is the main objective? The main objective really is hindi ang kalaban natin ay COVID, hindi ang isa't isa. Kaya kinakailangan ng malawakang pagkakaisa.
VP Leni, magkakaroon pa po ba ng 12th slot? And if yes, among the choices po ba dito si Tony Matula at si former Congressman Nery Colmenares?
Yes.
Okay.
Ayokong pangunahan yung, ano lang sila, among them.
Okay.
Among them. Ayokong pangunahan kasi yung proseso ay tuloy-tuloy pa. Proseso sa pakikinig sa iba't ibang grupo. Siyempre, kung may mga concerns na inihahain sa amin, kailangan namin pakinggan yung concerns na inihahain. Binibigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga concerned ng mga tao na sagutin yung mga concerns na yon. Pero gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, ang gusto sana namin na whoever will be whoever will be chosen to be the 12th in the slate would best represent the marginalized sectors. Marami kaming alliances with many different groups, urban poor, women, labor, iba't iba. At pinapakinggan namin. In fact, the entire week na nandito ako, iba-ibang grupo yung aking kausap at pinapakinggan natin. Pero yung proseso will continue. Ayaw naming i-rush. Kasi yung pagpipilian naman ay nakapaghain naman ng kanilang certificates of candidacy. It is just a matter of choosing who among them yung pipilian. Kasi ngayon, I think there are about 4 or 5 nominees So, kailangan namin iproseso. Ayaw namin madaliin.
Final question na po for me. Sorry, Barry. And maybe I can address this question to Senator Kiko and Senate Minority Leader Frank Drilon. This is a very powerhouse slate. What does this say now of VP Leni as a power broker in Philippine politics? Especially since, in the past days, binabatikos na agad si VP Leni ng kanyang mga lalaking kalaban sa presidential race.
Unang-una, huwag na bang power broker? Si Vice President Leni is the unifying factor. And we are able to attract and get the commitments of all these 11 because of the track record that Vice President Leni has shown and the program of government that she has presented, why she should be the next leader of our country. So we are glad that we have this group, and I'm confident, together with Kiko and Senator Kiko and I, know how the Senate works. And on the basis of what I know, my inputs, I am certain that these people, once they are elected, will be an asset to push the programs of incoming President Leni Robredo.
Thank you, sir. Senator Kiko?
Well, from day one, Vice President Leni said, we must unite. And precisely committed to that effort to unite. And this is a result precisely of that broad coalition of personalities, groups, individuals uniting behind the Vice President's bid and our bid for May 2022.
Thank you po.